I screwed up. I slept at 12:30, missed my alarm, and today I woke up 30 minutes late. The first thought that came to my mind, it's fine, I'm already late. Let's just skip today. But I think that's how failure starts, one excuse at a time. And trust me, the old me, I would have folded, definitely. But here's the difference. So, discipline isn't about feeling like it, it's about showing up even when you don't. So, I rolled out of bed, I laced up, and I started my morning. Not for motivation, not for fun, but because I refuse to be the same guy who quits again and again and again. Right? So let's get into it and see where our morning takes us. Hey, I'm Prateek. I'm not a fitness guru, not an influencer or a productivity geek. I'm just a regular guy who's trying to create an extraordinary life. How? By simply implementing the lessons from powerful books. You see, most people read books, but very few actually implement them. And that's what this channel is about. Real life action. No theory, no fluff, just straight up action-backed insights that can transform your life. And the first book that I'm going to implement is The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. Why? Well, because if I can master my mornings, I can master my days. And if I can master my days, I can master my life. At least that's what the book says. So let's get into it and see if the book is really true. Starting with the move segment, the first 20 of the 20-20-20 rule, right? I started at 5:35 a.m. Quite late, tired, didn't matter. I had to do it anyway. So I don't like to skip any of my warm-ups. And hence I started off with a very simple mobility warm-up. Although this felt like dragging my soul through wet cement. But yeah, I needed to wake the body up before I pushed it. Then came the dynamic warm-up. So this was a little intense like it always is. 30 high knees, 30 jumping jacks, 30 mountain climbers, 10 cat camel, down dog to cobra, 12 burpees, 8 Supermans. This was a little intense, it got my heart racing. I started sweating a little bit, but yeah, all of these exercises had less than 5-second breaks. So mind was screaming, and at this point I had two choices. Either go all in or step out. After this came the deep squat hold. This felt like my hips were cement blocks. My form, that was embarrassing. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you already know I'm facing a very big challenge as far as my flexibility is concerned. But that's growth, right? You start ugly and then you improve. I moved on to swings, push-ups. First time doing these, honestly. Apparently, this is how you build up to headstand push-ups. My arms hated it, but my mind was okay with it. It wasn't too hard. Went on to do an endurance interval training session. 5 sets of 20 table twists, 18 speed racers. I don't even know what these speed racers work on, which part of the body, which muscles even gets worked here. But it was still fine, right? So then I did 24 hip raises and 20 Supermen. Nothing too intensive, just 20-second rest between sets. And I think I was okay in today's training session. I ended it off with 25 high knee jumps. Although this was a little difficult and each jump was kind of a direct punch to my comfort zone. After this, I did an active cool down session. Heart was still pounding, but my mind, it was clearer than ever. So let's move into the second segment of the day. Reflect. The second part of the 20-20-20. Now, it's wedding season. There's a wedding in my family. And you already know what that means, right? Food, drinks, desserts, everything made of white flour, sugar, and unfortunately, a lot of regret. Look, I love good food, but here's the problem. My discipline doesn't get tested when I'm full. It gets tested when I'm hungry. So I did something different today. I thought, let's do a guided meditation around cravings. Because when that wedding buffet is in front of me, I won't be thinking about self-control. I'll be likely thinking about that dessert table. But my cravings, they won't win in the moment. I'll need to prepare accordingly so that they don't win in the moment. So let's begin and see if it works. After my meditation, I did about 10 minutes of journaling where I wrote down Three things that I'm grateful for, and obviously the first one is always waking up today morning, getting another shot at life. The second one was really my family and the safety net that they provide, which kind of allows me to take wild risks in my business, in my startup. And third one, the fact that I had zero negatives to write down today. Isn't that rare? I'll take that one very happily. The third segment, the grow, the last 20 of the 2020-22, the hard truth about change. So I continued reading the 5 a.m. Club, and this one line, again, straight to the gut. That line is, your daily behavior broadcasts your true priorities, loud and clear. Think about that. We say we want success. We say we want to be fit. We say we want discipline. But our daily actions, they are the loudest voice in the room. You can dream of all the greatness all you want, but if your daily habits don't reflect that, it's just talk. So look at your last 24 hours. What did your actions actually say about you? Day 4, I was late, tired, very low on motivation. But here's the thing, I still showed up. Because winning isn't about perfect days. It's about never giving yourself an excuse to quit and a refuse to become that guy again who quits. So if you've ever fallen off track, this is your sign to get back up. Drop a comment below if you've ever fought against yourself and won. And if you're on this journey with me, hit subscribe. We're just getting started. See you tomorrow, same time, 5 a.m.